All right, watching the grain trade for you today. We are hanging on to most of the gains, I do believe. Let's take a look at this corn market here. Our quotes are provided by Bar Chart. On the March corn, right now we're 5 1/4 higher at 642.5. In the soybean trade today, we are higher yet again. We have January, we'll go with that, up 7 at 14.62, and March is 6 1/2 cents higher at 14.68 per bushel. The soy components, I do want to include them. On the soybean meal, that's the one that's been driving the soybeans this week. It's quiet today. January just 30 cents higher at 448.90 per ton. In the soybean oil market, right now it's actually a little firmer. January up 63 points at 62.25. On the wheat, this is the one that kind of caught a few people off guard today as it finally shows signs of life. You have March wheat in Chicago, 22 1/4 higher. 751 3/4 is our last trade now. In Kansas City, wheat March up 17 at 847. And in Minneapolis, wheat, the March contract is up 13 3/4 now at 909 3/4. It actually got as high as 913 earlier this morning. In the cotton trade, you have March just 2 points higher at 84.61. Well, we go to Todd Bubba Horwitz, BubbaTrading.com. He's in Las Vegas this week, and he joins us right now. A bit of a bounce here in the grain markets. Do you think there'll be more to the upside, or is this a temporary thing, do you think?
Well, Marlon, it's still painfully quiet. There's a real lack of liquidity, a lack of volume, a lack of really interest. I think what you're seeing in the wheat certainly is a little bit of a dead cat bounce. Now, my bullish opinion has not changed for the overall longer term. But right now, it looks like, beans look pretty strong. Wheat still looks pretty weak. It's really, technically, it's broken down, right? So rally should be sold. However, I don't believe that to be the case. I'd rather look to be a buyer at some point. But the overall complex is just really, really quiet. And, we're really in a lack of liquid markets right now. And as we wind down to the end of the year, because basically in the trader's mind, the year is over in a week from Friday. So it's very quiet and very little to do from a trading standpoint.
Well, we do have the supply and demand report coming out on Friday of this week, but a lot of analysts say that the December report is kind of a non-event.
I would suspect it'd be a non-event, and I would suspect they probably oversold into it anyways, and you probably could. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a solid rally out of that report, and it'd probably be a little bit bearish. And I think that they've accounted for the selling. I think that you've seen the damage that they've done trying to force them down, and I do think that this is going to turn into it'll start from a short squeeze and then become a big rally.
Well, I would imagine that farmers have probably, by and large, had a good enough marketing year to where they aren't in any hurry to make any sales right now, given the market conditions the way they are.
I would agree with that. And I'm actually with a number of farmers at my event in Las Vegas right now. We've been talking about that, and it has been, for most, production's been good. And obviously, the more you can produce at the same fixed cost, it becomes pretty good. So I think that it's been an okay year, and I don't think there's any rush to get out of anything here. We're going to be short. We already recognize that. There are some shortages out there. And I think that, again, everything points to a rally, other than the fact that they're under a lot of pressure and have been for days, but that's light volume with fund money trying to push them down.
All right, interesting stuff. I want to take a look at the dollar index value right now, see what it's doing today. And currently it is down 417 points on December futures. On the Dow Jones Industrial Average, we have December futures 116 points higher. We're at 33,749. Meanwhile, on the crude oil trade, that's the one that has been just thrashing around back and forth this week. January crude is down 66 cents. We're at 73.59 per barrel right now. Todd, great to talk with you again. Thanks for all the help. Todd Bubba Horwitz of BubbaTrading.com. He's in Las Vegas today. We'll pause here. We'll have a look at our livestock trade after this.